Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be testing out all of the brawlers that have received a Buffy and talking about just how strong they are, whether it's worthwhile actually investing your resources into these Buffies. You might be... Well, I've got to be a little bit careful here because the servers are extremely laggy, so bear with me if some of the gameplay is a little bit laggy. But yeah, we're going to be testing out Nita first. I played a few games already, bar pretty much all of it being with lag. But some of the interactions are actually pretty strong with Nita. This hypercharge seems pretty good, and the gadget can be pretty good in situations, especially if someone is close to you. You can just pop your gadget and become immune. So I'm going to pop it here, and see there, tank one shot Bibi. It doesn't sound like a lot, but I think in some instances it could be very, very powerful. Bear with me, star power as well, I think will be the better one. It overheals like you and Bruce, which just seems to be the better one overall. So let's pop hypercharge now. The good thing about Nita's hypercharge Buffy is that it only takes 2 supers to gain a hypercharge, so then that's going to allow you to get longer hypercharges, because with hypercharge Buffy it gets extended to 7 seconds instead of 5. So I think Nita just in turn will be a lot better than a lot of brawlers inside of meta, just because she has this hypercharge and Buffy available. So yeah, again, I'll be testing out these as much as possible. I'm not too sure who my first brawler prestige 3 will be. You guys will have to let me know who you guys want to see in the comment section below. I'm very undecided. I really don't know who to go for, who has like the best prestige title. I've not really seen from the community which one that people want to see the most, but yeah, I'll just go for probably the one that gets the most attention. So we should be able to score this hopefully with a little bit of lag. I think we can see the clean gameplay in terms of Nita feels really, really strong, especially the hypercharge. I'm looking forward to trying out a little bit more, but yeah, gotta test out everything with her in the future. But that's gonna be Nita. She seems pretty strong. I think worthwhile well, getting excited for if you get especially the hypercharge Buffy. Let's jump into the next brawler. All right, guys, jumping into the second brawler we're going to be testing out since the Buffies. It has to be Bull. So Bull has received quite a few reworks to both gadgets, and his star power tough guy seems to be pretty toxic to me. The immunity looks like it'll be good for chaining those kills. Again, let's try it out. So they're slow, then you have to click gadget to stun them. Is this actually going to be better than before? We'll have to see. We'll definitely have to see. The hypercharge looks pretty effective as well. So again, we've got to wait until they're slow until we can stun them. It's going to take a little while to get used to how this works. Let's see if we can intercept that. No, we can't. Of course, Moist finds it. That's bad in terms of position. We haven't got a real mid here, so a little bit annoying. Okay, I've got hypercharge here. I might just pop it for the main attack. Let's just see whether we can do anything about that. Okay, these brawlers have both been slowed. Okay, the hypercharge, I don't know. It was a little bit hard there. I think it'll be better against the squishy brawlers. I'm against like a Bibi sprinting down at me with 10k health. Maybe it wasn't the best place to pop it, but he does feel pretty strong. He does feel pretty strong. And here comes the lag. 1 minute in. Of course, it happens just about now. All right, we kind of want to wait for our gadget here, just so we can confirm a stun. And it's going to be an easy kill onto any of these. So let's just wait behind this wall. We'll go for the Bibi here. Press our gadget, and that should allow us to cycle through to another super. Okay, this lag is very frustrating. But we're getting some kills done here. Mortis should be dead. I'll pass this over to our Mortis if I can with a lag. Come on, Brawl Stars, sort the servers out. All right, and that's going to be the game. So I didn't actually notice too much in terms of the builds. Like Tough Guy, it feels like it's going to be good, but also Berserker, but very, very situational. I think it could be pretty toxic in certain situations, but I don't think it's going to have like the most crazy effect, you know, like some of the other Buffy brawlers in the past. The hypercharge seems pretty good as well. I think Bull will be maybe like 80. It won't be as broken as some of the other Buffies in the past, but he's definitely one of the better tanks in the game now, just because he's one of the only few brawlers with a Buffy. So that's the second brawler. Let's jump into the next one. All right, guys, jumping into the next brawler we're going to be testing out with the Buffies. It is Bo. So we can definitely feel the immediate impact with Bo with his Buffies, just because with a star power, with Snare Obey, you're just throwing out your mines instantly. So that will pretty good. Tripwire, let's see if this helps with the knockback onto Bibi. Okay, I just didn't get my super in time. So Bo is an interesting one because he did technically get a reload speed nerf because the reload gear has been removed from him, but he's got some strong Buffies, especially of course, it's called now the Totem gadget. That seems to be a really good one. Let's pop gadget here, see if we can save it. Nice, we do manage to save it just in time. Let's try and get down the Rico. There we go. Hopefully my teammates have enough to defend this. against the Bibi hypercharge, you kind of just got to run away because it seems very, very strong. So nice. We've got a bow hypercharge here. We can actually use hypercharge without super nowadays just because of how strong the hypercharge is. So I'm actually going to pop my hypercharge and see whether we can do anything. Okay, there we go. Hypercharge mines are down. Let's see if we can run away from the Frank. No, we can't. Oh, very fortunate that Mortis came back to block that ball there, but I think we should have scored. Okay, nice. So the tripwire gadget has been reworked as well, I believe. No, it's not been reworked. I think, has it? I think it has, right? But it shoots out these arrows as well. That will help. And with a bigger blast radius as well. Oh no, the gadget buffy for tripwire is that it's got a bigger blast radius, as you saw right there. And then I think tripwire got reworked so it shoots out those arrows so it can actually push them back onto the mine. So yeah, but tested him out a little bit there. I think Bo's actually going to be super, super powerful. When Bo is meta, he's really versatile. You can play him in multiple different game modes. I think Bo's going to be an easy S tier in my personal opinion. That felt really nice. I'm excited to try out his star power buffy as well. Actually, I think everything about Bo's buffies are going to be very, very powerful, guys. So yeah, definitely one of the better ones for sure. Let's jump into the next one. All right, guys, jumping into the next brawler, who is probably the most anticipated brawler in terms of everyone seeing whether Bibi will be strong or not with the buffies. Yeah, so we're going to be testing out this gadget. I've already tried it a few times, guys. I don't think it's that great whatsoever, but it might be better in situations where Bibi's not normally used in, just from area control. But I think because of the really long cooldown, again, I don't want to write it off straight away and be negative, but I've played a few games Bibi versus Bibi, and it feels pretty much impossible to win against another Bibi if they're running the heal gadget. The heal gadget seems really, really powerful. So yeah, we'll keep testing things out. The hypercharge is the thing that I'm most excited to try out, because, well, I say that, but it looks very, very broken. So already got the hypercharge here. Let's just use this on the enemy Bibi, and you can just see you have no, like, look how fast now that the servers are sorted out. Oh wow. Okay, this is the first game where it's not lagged or anything, and that just seemed crazy. Imagine that on 0 ping. You could unload all of your attacks basically, like, instantly. That just seems a little bit too strong. Just a little bit too strong. In terms of star powers, I'm not noticing too much with the star powers. I think people still use the one with extra speed, just because the shield one, like, it can be probably good in like bad matchups specifically, but I just prefer the extra speed because it can help you with hitting your home run a little bit more effectively. So let's see if we can defend, well, score this against the Mortis if we can. So yeah, I mean, I've had too many laggy games there. That's probably the cleanest one I've got in about 20 minutes worth of gameplay. So I think Bibi will be an S tier brawler pretty much guaranteed, or minimum A tier. Like, it's impossible because the healing gadget is very, very strong. The hypercharge buffy is completely broken, and she's just got good buffs overall, but she can get countered. That's the thing about Bibi. Even when she's powerful, she can always have her counters. You've got Bull in the meta. That will be probably the best one. You've even got like brawlers like Frank, example. But yeah, that's going to be Bibi. Let's jump into the next one. All right, guys, now moving on to the next brawler we're going to be testing out. I think the servers are looking a little bit better this time, but we're up against some good players here. Yeah, Crow's the next one. So Crow has received quite a few reworks to his kit, and everyone's kind of wondering how strong will Crow be. I'm going to say like Crow will be an easy S tier in my opinion. I think it's very obvious because with his gadget, you can basically, I'm using Carrion Crow, which extends the poison by an extra second, and then I'm using the gadget, which then repoisons the enemy, and that's going to stop people from healing for at least 8 seconds, which is insane. Some people said 10 seconds. I can't be bothered to work it out. Someone will know in the comment section, but that's just very toxic. Even just Crow's normal poison is just an annoying feature, right? But now it's going to stop people from healing for up to 10 seconds. That just looks absolutely insane. It's not even the shield. I don't even care about the shield. It's just reapplying the poison damage, which is just insane to me. I think that will probably be one of the things that gets nerfed for Crow. So Crow was an S tier brawler before the changes, and I think it's still going to remain. It's just going to be a little bit different in comparison. So I probably shouldn't have popped that gadget there. Popped it way too early, so you got to be aware. You got to try and use it after like 3 seconds after you've poisoned someone, but you also want to try and catch multiple people into it. So yeah, I need a gadget ASAP here. Let's try and jump onto him. I've got a gadget that'll keep me alive. This hyper buffy is scary with Nita, and we just can't quite stop that. So I've got a hypercharge of my own here. You can see as well my supercharge rate is going to go through the roof, especially if we get in a good situation here with Crow, and say if you face off against like tanks, you'll just farm hypercharge for free. So I'm going to run into this Crow here. It's going to run back to me. I think we're going to be good and score. I mean, it was a bit of a waste as hypercharge. Didn't get to see the full potential there, but I needed to pop it to try and score. But I can just only imagine, again, if like any tank is closing you down, you pop in this hypercharge and you just deleting everybody within your sight. So yeah, Crow has jump here. Again, I can probably wait a few seconds here. Press this forward. Okay, pop gadget now, and that's going to keep him poisoned, which is going to be very, very annoying for him. There's just, like, at that point, when you get repoisoned, it's like, okay, I may as well just go in and fight. Like, you could waste so much time. Imagine on, like, a defensive map, you just get tickled by Crow, and you're poisoned for 10 seconds. It can give you so much control, that extra poison. So, again, I'm going to tap gadget here, and it's going to continue to poison with a Crow. That's going to allow me to jump onto him, find the kill really easily. Yeah, Crow is going to be absolutely insane and busted in this meta, guys. Trust me. It just has to be. Surely. Right. Nice goal there. So, yeah, Crow's going to be a really good one. Let's jump into the final one. All right, guys, jumping into the final Buffy, we're going to be testing out. It is Leon's Buffy. So, well, Leon's got a couple of reworks. So, we're going to be trying out Clone Projector first. Getting a little bit of lag. It's difficult to get the most cleanest gameplay, guys, with all of this. But, yeah, Clone Projector has received a rework, and it actually seems pretty cool. So, with it, it's actually a really fast teleport. Normally, like with Lola's clone, for example, it can take, like, it can be a little bit laggy and a little bit annoying to click and work, but with this one, it actually feels pretty decent. So we should be able to get a kill onto Leon. Okay, again. Bro, these servers are just so trash at the moment. Hopefully my teammates should be able to clear up here, I think. Okay, no. I don't even know what's happening half the time. But yeah, anyways, Lollipop Drop seems really broken. Lollipop Drop with the new Buffy gives such a big movement speed buff that it's basically like a Sandy hypercharge. It's like so fast for like you and your team to be invisible and fast. It's a crazy, crazy Buffy. So that's going to be a really good one. The star powers seem pretty good, and especially Smoke Trail star power. If you combine it with the hypercharge, I think that'll be very, very strong, because what it does is it gives you extra damage when you first reveal out of invisibility, but with your hypercharge you never reveal out of invisibility, so you're constantly getting that extra damage whilst your hypercharge super in, which is going to be a really good combination. But you got to consider as well, with Leon, he is basically getting 2 less seconds of his super. So again, we'll try it now. Hypercharge Buffy, we should be able to... Okay, we need to run away from this Bibi. The problem is that Bibi's hypercharge charge is so fast, so she's gonna just be so good in this meta. Like, she's gonna be crazy. Okay, I'll just pop my Clone Projector here, even though it's probably gonna do nothing. Pop my super, and I think my teammates have got that, thankfully. So Leon will definitely work on the more open maps. Brawl won't be his best game mode, because people like to group up and they have a lot of health. But yeah, Leon, I think, will be super powerful. Let's take a look at what brawlers I think will be the best then after the Buffies then. So I think in terms of the biggest improvements, I think Bibi will be, or Crow will be, the top 2 in my opinion out of all of these new Buffy brawlers. I then think it might be I think it'll be followed by Leon, and then I'm gonna go with potentially it's hard out of the other 3. I think they all have potential, but not anything like game breaking. I think Bo probably might be the best out of them, then probably Bull, and then Nita somehow being the worst, but I think Nita will be pretty good as well. So I think all of these Buffies are strong. I think the bottom 3, like I said, are the best, and then the top 3 are the ones that's still pretty good. I think all of them will be minimum 8, so they seem pretty powerful. So that's going to be it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. A little bit sketch, but I can't really do much with the Supercell service right now. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.